Well, hey there, folks. I'm meteorologist Matt Barentine. Happy Labor Day to you. Here's the setup that we've got going on. We're actually in a bit of a drier air mass, which is going to help us out, give us a pretty decent day. There's a lot more moisture over here around Louisiana, so they're getting some showers, and they're also getting higher heat index numbers as well. There is another heat dome that's built in across the eastern half of the U.S. The fortunate thing for us is that we're really not involved, at least today. We will later in the week, but today it's kind of going around us. You can see the hotter weather's over here to the west of us. To the north, let's look at Minneapolis getting up to 98, and then all the way to the east coast, New York, Washington, D.C., and Raleigh, all well up into the 90s. So a lot of areas will be hotter than we are. Our high we're expecting is 91 here for this Labor Day Monday. Futurecast. Remember, I said we're in a little bit of a drier air mass, so I think we'll be doing pretty good much of the day. We could get a sprinkle or two here and there, but for the most part, it's going to be a quiet day. If you're out there on the grill or whatnot, you should be fine. Just going to be some puffy white clouds around. That's just about it. So it looks pretty good. Highs should be in the low 90s out there this afternoon. Pretty decent weather here for a holiday Labor Day. How about the beach forecast? Good weather here as well. We do have a medium risk of rip currents. I think most of our local beaches are flying yellow flags, but all in all, not a bad day to be down at the beach. Offshore, today is the last day of snapper season here in Alabama. You got till 11:59 tonight. If you are going out later, 3.5-foot waves offshore. That's a bit bouncy. So be aware of that and be ready for that if you are going to be taking the boat out trying to get the last couple snapper you can get. Tropics, we got a lot happening out in the Atlantic. 4 systems, 2 of them are falling apart, Gert and Katia. This one will likely develop, but it's going to stay way out. It's this one that we're going to really have to keep an eye on. That's kind of in the middle of the Atlantic now. It's going to be headed towards the Caribbean. You can see it there. Got this into motion. It's going to go through the whole week, all the way into the upcoming weekend. And it's going to show a developing storm here north of Puerto Rico. Now, if it is that far north by this time next weekend, it's unlikely to be able to make it into the Gulf, but certainly the Bahamas and the east coast of the U.S. are going to have to be keeping a very close eye on the developments there. Meanwhile, the Caribbean and the Gulf of Mexico look just fine and perfectly clear out there right now, and likely will stay that way through much of the upcoming week. So our local tropical waters are all good. We'll be watching the deep Atlantic, but obviously we've got plenty of time to keep an eye on all that. Here's your next 7 days. A little bit of a heat wave building in again as we go towards the end of the week. So you can see these, mid-90s Thursday and Friday. So that's unfortunate, but it's not as hot as it has been, at least. I guess it's a lower end heat wave this time. Also, it's likely to be fairly dry. I don't have a whole lot of rain chances on through the next week as well. So our yards are likely going to stay pretty crispy as the drought carries on.